So this comes up a lot, especially like people on Instagram ask me, you know, why don't you cut? You look like a fucking monster with all that lean muscle that you have built from strength training. And they're right. If I cut, you know, I'd be fucking massive and huge and ripped. But I'll say it's not my goals. It's not my goals. Um, and the reason why is this. It's pretty simple. I mean, but um, you know, bodybuilders, their goal is to look aesthetic. Um, some of them are strong, but that's not their goal. Their goal is to be aesthetic. So they do certain things. They train a certain way. They eat a certain way. They live a certain lifestyle that is conducive to aesthetics. Whereas a strength athlete, be it powerlifting, ollie lifting, strongman, your main concern is how strong you are, how healthy you are. Um, you know, when you get into strongman, you know, it's about being strong and your endurance. Um, but the key is energy. Everything is about energy. Um, and what I'm going to get into is bodybuilding is about low body fat percentage, right? Because that's how you see the muscle tissue. That's how you see the striations. That's how you see the vascularity. That's how you see the cuts um, from your muscle mass, is to be extremely low body fat. Now, um, I think for males, essential body fat is somewhere around 6%. Uh, but when you're a bodybuilder, you're trying to get under like 10% usually, down to like, you know, maybe 5%. But what happens is when you start dropping, when you're a man and you start dropping below 10% body fat, your body reacts by your hormone levels trying to make up for that deficit in body fat, because we're supposed to carry a certain level of body fat. There are genetic anomalies among us that are naturally lean, and they walk around with like, you know, 10% body fat or less, but that's very rare to be just genetically like that. The rest of us, to maintain our homeostasis and maintain our, you know, everything in balance, we're supposed to have body fat. You're still considered fit as a male in the 17% body fat range, and for females it's 24%. You don't get into obesity until you hit about 26% or more for males and 31% or more for females. So basically anything under the obese range is really not that bad. You know, if you look at powerlifters and strongmen, I mean, a lot of these guys are like anywhere from 15 to 20% body fat, and they're athletes. I mean, they train, they compete, and they're very healthy, and they're very strong, and X, Y, and Z. When you look at bodybuilders, when they step on that stage, they're the least healthy. They're the least strongest. They're actually at their worst. And what's interesting is that when they step on that stage, that's when people think they look their best from the outside looking in. But if you know that world of bodybuilding, you know that doing that to your body is really actually really bad for your body. I mean, some of these guys can barely walk before they get on stage, and it's all act. And I mean, some of them are like pissing blood, you know, before they walk on stage. I mean, it's actually horrible for your body. And the point is that it all has to do with your body fat percentage. When you drop below 10%, your body just can't handle that. It's almost the same as when you're obese and you're, you know, in like the 30s, you know, 30%. Your body does the same thing, and those hormone imbalances lead to diseases that are linked to obesity. You know, but when you're at the sub level, sub essential body fat levels, I mean, it's all those hormones affect how your kidneys function, how your liver functions, how your pancreas functions, how your nervous system functions, how your brain functions, how fucking everything fucking functions. So it's just as bad as being obese. And yeah, and that's when they look their best. So, for me, it's like, why would I want to look like that if that's when they're their weakest? That's when they're most unhealthiest. Doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense unless that's your sport, or you're a genetic anomaly and you just walk around lean as fuck. But you know, each to their own. Like, I respect the art. I respect what they do. Um, and one of my idols is like Rodney Coleman, because he was as strong as he looked. He was a fucking monster, which is rare, because most of these guys are all muscle, and they're not, body, you know. I mean, they're not powerlifter strong or strongman strong, but Ronnie was. Ronnie was strong as fuck, and he's a legend. But that's not my goal. That's not what I want. I just want to be strong and healthy. So for me, the body fat number is irrelevant unless I'm going to either extreme. And then on top of that, as far as being as strong as I can possibly be, and as healthy as I could possibly be, and to endure my training, I mean, that's all about energy. And your body stores energy as glycogen, which is a form of glucose, a sugar. And so, in order to have those stores, you have to be in a caloric surplus, meaning that you have to eat more than you actually use. So okay, on the flip side, bodybuilders, right? To get cut, to lean out, you actually have to be in a caloric deficit, meaning that whatever amount of energy that you expend per day, you're going to actually intake less energy, less calories. It's all about calories. So say you exert 2,500 calories a day. That includes your daily activities plus your training. You're going to actually only intake like 1,500 calories. So that way you're in a deficit and you drop weight. And the way bodybuilders are able to do this is by using PEDs. And what, testosterone, synthetics, and GH do, they help your body to be more efficient. They help prevent muscle wasting, because your own body will use your muscle as an energy source if you don't have enough fat, and then, or if you don't have enough calories and carbohydrates or glycogen, which is basically a glucose molecule. But anyways, the point is that if you're in deficit, your body will feed off of itself. But hormones like testosterone, steroids, whatever you want to call them, help the body be more efficient. And so it helps prevent muscle wasting. It also helps nutrient partitioning, so the very little nutrients that you take in are utilized efficiently. Whereas when you want to be, a strength athlete, you need to eat well. You need to store those energies, stores in glycogen, and you have to up your carbohydrate intake on training days. Me personally, my target is something like 7,500 calories on a training day versus something like 4,000 calories on a regular day. And most of that is a bump in carbohydrates, because you need energy to train. You need energy to build muscle. You need carbohydrates for energy to build muscle, to convert proteins into muscle tissue. It's essential. And so that's why when you see power lifters or only lifters or strongmen, we carry more body fat than bodybuilders. Most of us probably have more muscle mass than, unless you're thinking about like Kai Green and them dudes, I mean, per pound, those dudes have a lot of muscle mass. But, the average bodybuilder versus like the average like strongman or powerlifter, our muscle on the strength side is very dense. Like, I mean, I weigh 350, but I don't look like I weigh 350. And that's because I have dense muscle from all the strength training. Because there's two different muscle fibers that you're building for bodybuilding and powerlifting. But I won't get into that. That's a whole other fucking discussion. The point is about you know, why powerlifters carry more body fat. And the bottom line is because we need to be healthier, we need to be stronger, we need to be ready to exert energy, and a lot of it. I mean, to move heavy weights, it takes a lot of fucking energy. It takes a lot of fucking energy. So to maintain that, we keep a little more body fat, and that's basically it. You know, roids are used on all sides of it. I mean, strongman to powerlifting to bodybuilding, but the way our bodies, react to the different styles of training and nutrition and everything else is what, is just, we need that extra layer of body fat to be healthy. And it's perfectly fine to be anywhere between 10 and 20% as a man. Most athletes are in that range. I mean, you can look at boxers, you can look at fighters, you can look at, most of these guys are not in the bodybuilder range unless they're naturally lean, like I was talking about, like an anomaly. Otherwise, to be healthy and do those kind of activities, you actually need some body fat. I mean, you look at your sports players, they're not ripped like fucking bodybuilders. Yeah, there's a few, but I mean, that's also rampant with, performance enhancing drugs, which help that. So if you're already a genetic anomaly that's very lean, and you take PEDs on top of that, it's easier to stay looking lean like that 365. But I mean, even most bodybuilders look like powerlifters in their off season because they have more body fat and they cut, however many weeks out from their shows when they actually step on stage. Other than that, they're usually not walking around like super fucking lean, because it's basically impossible unless you're a genetic anomaly and on roids. So that's basically it. It doesn't fit my goals right now. Maybe one day, I'm curious, but that's just not my goal right now. I just want to be strong, and that's why most of us in the power and strength side look the way we do. And that's basically it.